everybody, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Something new here today. We're going to pick honey mushrooms. Now these are tasty little mushrooms that grow on, they prefer oak. Live or dead, they don't really care. But there's an abundance of these and we're going to harvest them and then take them home and put them away for long-term storage. This is going to be a fun video and some fun food. Michelle. Look at this. This is incredible. Now, you just want the tops. You don't want the stems, they say. And we've tried them, and they're very tasty and very, very nice to eat. And they come off very easily. You'd want the younger ones. So we're only taking the smaller ones. The bigger ones are not as tasty, they say. I've never tried them myself, the big ones, but we're only taking the smaller ones. The young ones have the better flavor and freshness. These have a little bit of brown on top, so we'll just leave them.
This one, Daddy.
You got one? Oh yeah, she got a little one. Oh, there's so many out here. It's just crazy abundance out here. And they break off really nice. Well guys, back to the homestead. We got 2 bags about this size of honey mushrooms, and we're going to wash them because they come out of the earth and obviously they have pieces of earth on them. So we've got to give them a thorough washing. We're going to do 1 batch at a time, obviously, because there's a lot. And then we're going to put them in some of them in the dehydrator, and some will cook and freeze. And there's more where that came from. Correction, we have a big paper bag full as well. That's about 1.5 bags of what the size of the other bags. Melanie's peeling off what's left of the stems as she goes. Oh, you're hand washing them one at a time, huh?
I think so, because it's
okay, because
like
it's all that dirt on top?
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And then we put them drain in there.
Alright. That little nub of a stem won't hurt. It's the whole stem itself that's really...
You can do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right there. Almost got them. Just washing the dirt off the caps is all, where the natural dirt got on. Well, there's 1 batch cleaned and ready. Now we got to dry them before we can put them on the dehydrator. Okay, it's hard for me to reach over because I'm recording, but what we're going to do is just put these in a single layer on here. And Melanie said don't worry about drying them off too much because the dryer will do the... It's just going to take longer to dry, which is no big deal. So we're going to put them on here, and then we'll get them in the dryer. Okay, there they are. Lid on. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Okay, we will get the lid on and we'll plug it in and we'll come back when they're dry. And batch number 2. Now some of these we may have picked a bit larger, but we can take them out if we don't like them. There's a 2nd batch ready to be cooked, pre-cooked. Okay, we got our pan preheated here. I'm going to start bringing over some mushrooms and dropping them into the pan. Pan is hot. Should I put them all in, or what do you think?
Yeah. Well, little by little, because it's
okay. I'm going to reduce these a little bit before we put some more in. Now a lot of water's coming out on their own, so we're not adding any water. We're just going to cook these down. They're rendering down nicely. Look at the juices that come out of that. Look at how much juice comes out of those mushrooms. It's a thick liquid that comes out. So we're going to cook these down so they're fully prepared. And then we're going to freeze them so we can add them to meals in the future. Because you can't keep them in the fridge but a couple days. They'll go bad on you quick. So best is to harvest them and process them the same day for the best freshness. Now they say with the honey mushrooms you should cook them for 15 minutes to make sure that they're well cooked down. I guess there's some kind of a digestive issue if you don't cook them down well enough. I'm not going to find out. We're going to get these going and make sure we cook them the 15 minutes. That way when they're put away, they're fully cooked and all we have to do is add them to meals and use them. Or heat them up and use them as a side dish. Alright guys, they're pretty much rendered down. They're cooked about as good as they're going to be. A lot of them opened up. They almost look like squid. It's funny. I'm going to kill the heat. Going to let it cool down for just a minute or so, and then I'm going to strain off the juices, which is a lot. Look at all the juice that came out of them. Wow. That's about how much out of that bag? It's about 2/3 out of the big bag. We got a haul of mushrooms today. We're going to take these and strain them off. That renders down a lot. So hold on a second. Once that runs off, this becomes this. Wow. Look at that. It sure doesn't look like much once they're processed. Wow. But that actually is quite a few servings.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
They're probably 2 serving.
2 good servings?
I think so.
Yeah. Melanie's giving them a wash before we go ahead and put them into the freezer bags. And there's another batch we're going to render down. And we still have a lot in there. Probably another whole batch, you think? By the time you wash the other ones?
2. That one.
Oh.
What's that?
Michelle. Michelle got the whole mushroom. That batch is just about finished. Look at all the fluid that comes out of them. It's amazing how much liquid comes out of them. Now we're putting them into portions. Let's say it's, what do you think? You're going to do 2 servings, you think?
I think so.
Okay. So she folds down her bag, and then it's pretty much inside out when she fills it, so there's no food on the outside. Oh yeah, that's a nice serving. Okay, that'll go in the freezer. We got these neat little thick Ziploc sandwich type bags. I like your technique with the bag, by the way, turning it inside out on the top.
Mm-hmm. So it's not gonna spread in the lab.
Mm-hmm. So there's 2 portions in the freezer. Well, there we go, guys. There are 6 portions ready for the freezer. All nice and cooked down and ready to go. And then, of course, there's the dryer, which should be done in a day or so. Probably in a day. Then we can put them in the vacuum sealer bags. But these are going right in the freezer tonight. Well, guys, about 24 hours. This is a pretty good dryer. The mushrooms are crispy and dry. Now I'm going to put them into this Ziploc bag temporarily, and then I think they're going to give me trouble sticking to the plastic. We're going to vacuum seal them later, but I'll do that separately. When we're ready to vacuum seal them, we'll put them on a tray in the oven. We have a gas oven, and we will leave them in there overnight to dry, extra dry, before we seal them up. That way there's no moisture and there can be no mold. While I'm working on these, one thing I've noticed is the small ones come off easier by far. There's not much to stick on. But on the larger ones, I noticed that cap up comes off so much easier than cap down. When the cap is down, there's more surface area to stick to the tray. And I noticed that cap up like this is so much better to pick them off. And also even like the flatter ones like this that are stuck on, I can really pick them off easier. Well guys, we got 6 servings of these as well. So we got 12 servings of mushrooms, honey mushrooms from that batch. From one day of, actually maybe half an hour of harvesting. Really awesome. So these will go into vacuum sealer bags later. I may do that on my tactical channel. And because over there I'm talking about food preservation and finding food in nature for survival. So there will be some cross-posting on some of the channels. Anyway, I'm going to put these aside for now because it's going to take 24 hours to dry them in the oven and prepare them for the final step. And I want to get you this video right away. Please do like this video and leave a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Got some exciting videos to come. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Talk to you later.